All right, we are live here. Let's
Awesome.
see. Let's give people a chance to get in here for a second.
Okay.
And then we'll really get going here. All right. Nothing like a lot of silence.
Ooh, yes. Silence is real.
You know, it is what it is, so.
But we are live, folks.
We are live.
First time, right? We here. We got a lot to talk
Let's
about.
click over the chat. I doubt anybody's in yet.
Dude, that'd be awesome. I'm just saying.
But, if you are, hit us up on the chat.
Totally.
And let's see here. Let's click this little button. Oh, frowny face. I don't like that frowny face.
No frowny face. Ain't nobody care about a frowny face. A frowny face. Dude.
That's
I can't
probably why we
talk
don't
today.
go live.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well,
we here.
we're here. Yeah.
But they're like, yeah, we know you're here.
we,
Just saying.
We get that. Yeah. Exactly.
Bruh. I don't know what that was, but we need to add it into a beat. Get in here. What are y'all waiting on?
No kidding. What are you waiting for?
No. Just
No?
No.
No?
Stop.
All right.
Stop what you're doing. No.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure we're
Bad Dishman.
see if we're sharing to our correct places that we need to. What is your problem over there?
Your dog's acting crazy.
I know my dog's acting crazy.
What are you doing?
All right, let me see if we can. Whoop. It'd help if I didn't just keep clicking the same thing. Typically would help, don't you think? Are you having issues over there again?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I got a lot of issues. I'm there for you to solve them.
All right.
Get in here, people. Tell us what you think. I don't even care if you came in here and put an explanation point. I don't care. Just get in her. And no, we don't really talk like that. I just figured I'd add a little something to it. I'm just kidding. Promise.
All right. Let's see.
Let's see about it. Me singing live is not gonna do anything.
No, you're
for
really not
us.
going to help us there.
If anything, it's gonna scare
Hey, look, there
them
we are.
away. Hey, are we on the live?
We're here on.
Are we on live? That's
on
really cool.
speaker here.
Yeah, totally. My voice.
It is rolling live.
All right, back to normal. Totally. Okay.
All right, so nobody's in here yet, but still time. And I guess we'll just go ahead and get started here.
Oh, yeah.
Let's play the intro, I guess, and we'll get started here. What you think?
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Let's get into it.
Let's go. Welcome in again, ladies and gentlemen, to a live episode of the R&D Sports Report. Yes, I said a live episode.
We live.
We are so much going on here in day one of NBA free agency that, Riley and I talked it over and said, hey, let's sit down, throw the mics in front of our face, and give our thoughts.
Totally.
If you are listening live, feel free to interact with us. We are live streaming here on the Spreaker website. Come join us. Come chat with us. Say something nice. Say something mean. I don't care. We'll respond to pretty much whatever. So,
Yep.
If you're joining us, feel free to hit us up in the chat and give us your thoughts. But a lot has happened
Yes.
here. Really, you can't even say the first day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking officially if it releases at 12:01 a.m. on July the 1st when NBA free agency is supposed to start. You're sitting there talking. We're talking 14 hours into it.
Yeah.
And apparently some big names are already off the board.
Real quick, bless you. Bless you. Also, that was live. That's awesome. Anyways, I want to say something real quick. LeBron did go to the Magic. It was confirmed. Damian Lillard joined him. Russell Westbrook as well. The Magic are going to get a championship. It is confirmed. That's the end of the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
go ahead.
That's not the end of it. LeBron has not gone to the Magic as much as Riley has said. LeBron has actually been very quiet so far. We've heard
Surprisingly,
some reports here and there and all that. But
as I roll my eyes, just throwing that out.
yeah, well, I guess to each their own. So, whoop, that's not the one I want to post with. Anyways, nah, never mind. Sorry, I'm messing on the computer here. Once again, live for the first time. So
Yeah.
Hey.
We are beginners.
well,
We are.
we are
Live.
yes, live. We are
awesome. We are
awesome.
We are the R&D Sports Report. We are the greatest. We are going to the Magic game that LeBron is playing at currently tomorrow.
Sorry.
What are you looking for?
I'm
You look. Let's look beyond the horizon, right? Just think. LeBron James, Kobe. Yes, Kobe's come out of retirement. Just in case you didn't heard. I'm just kidding. Don't look at your phone. It's a joke.
No,
Anyways.
I had an email. I was trying to doing something.
Well, is it Kobe coming out of retirement?
No, it is not.
Oh, dang now. Anyways, you got Damian Lillard. You got PG
Well,
as a
Damian
shooter.
Lillard hasn't gone anywhere yet.
You ruined everything.
I try.
Okay, so you got Damian Lillard, right?
Unhappy, apparently. He's cryptically tweeting yes.
Is he unhappy?
Well, I don't
He's
know if
not
he's necessarily
happy
unhappy,
camper.
but it's kind of cryptic tweeting, right? His time may be over in Portland. You never know. Well,
Well, he wants to get out of there.
Well, but here's my thought. Wasn't it back sometime around the trade deadline or something like that? Excuse me, where they were talking about Damian Lillard. Somebody was talking about him underachieving or something like that, and LeBron said something about give me Damian Lillard and I'll show you. I don't know, something to that effect. Where he was like, "Look, Damian Lillard's a good player. You give him, you put him with me."
Look, Damian Lillard. If it was up to me, I would have him go to a team that I liked. Another team that I like in the NBA is the Celtics. I like the Celtics, and I sort of like who is the other team that I play? I got OKC. I got the Celtics. There's like one more team I play on NBA 2K. Like even just watching them, it's not the Bucks. It's I think it's the Pelicans. But either way, could you imagine Damian to the Pelicans? That would be awesome. First off. Two, he's going to the Magic, confirmed. Anyways, PG as a shooting guard for Magic, right? Then you got LeBron James, KD as a backup, or KD as a power forward. Then you got Dirk Nowitzki as a center. Then you got Larry Bird as a backup shooting guard. Then you got Magic. I'm just kidding. Look, I don't know. I'm going on this rampage. I'm building a little bit of a dream team kind of thing going on. It's working though. Either way, Magic.
I mean, I guess you could say it's working. I don't know that it necessarily is, but
the Magic is going to win.
the Magic.
The Magic, yeah.
Ooh, here we go. Lakers meeting with Clint Capella today.
What?
So
Yo.
Well, I mean, it just popped up here on Bleacher Report. Put it on Twitter here, and we'll get into a little more detail here. It's a little bit random here at the beginning. one as we get settled in, and we'll answer your questions here if you have any. Just put them in the chat here.
Let us know.
No kidding. But honestly, like you can see early on, kind of that the Lakers, they're looking for a center.
Yeah.
Right, reports with them and DeMarcus Cousins being to meet, Clint Capella. You're seeing they're looking for a center, but maybe not necessarily that. Also, a time to try and get in on some of this free agent acts. Maybe swoop up Clint Capella before the Rockets can re-sign him. You never know.
Or Shaq back to the Lakers coming out of retirement. I'm just kidding. Look, they might get something good with Clint. I'm not too sure.
Capella.
Really,
I just like to mess with you.
Yeah, no, I could tell. Anyways, Shaq is coming out of retirement. In case y'all didn't know, do not look at your phones. Joke. You know somebody's in the car, right? And they're like, "Oh my gosh, R&D Sports Report is so awesome. Let's listen in." He's, the guy or she is listening in. And he's like, he or she is like, "Shaq's coming back? What? Oh, he was a joke. It was a joke. Oh, dagnab." Okay, back on the topic. I love going off train. Clint could do something. Is he just a backup, or does he actually start? I don't know.
He starts for the Rockets. He's the
okay.
starting center.
Well, I've heard of him
he's
before.
more of a rim runner, running rim to rim, blocking and finishing. But
Anthony Davis, the Lakers confirmed.
Davis is not a free agent. Although if they
just kidding.
Well, no, but you do bring up a good point there. If they're unable to keep DeMarcus, do then the Pelicans start looking to recoup and try to get rid of Anthony and bring in a bunch of other assets?
No, there's no way they would get rid of Anthony. A couple months back, it was either the manager or the coach said he is untouchable. He's untouchable. I thought I messed up on my words there. There's no way that they would get rid of him. And I'll eat my words if that happens. I don't know where they'd send him. Lakers? Why is the Lakers
but no.
No.
Hey, for one, I firmly believe if the Pelicans said, okay, Anthony Davis is up for bid, which he's not, by the way, the Celtics would hop on that so fast. They have so many assets and draft pick. They'd throw everything to get him up there.
Oh, dude, I can't. Oh, I would love Anthony on the Celtics. Oh, that sounds so awesome. Okay. Besides Clint and Anthony, I'm actually really excited about this whole DeAndre Jordan. And as you all don't know, maybe you do, DeAndre Jordan was traded to the Mavericks. I don't know the details of the trade, but he was traded to the Mavericks.
No, he was signed. He was a free agent. He opted out.
Oh, he was? Oh. Dude, I need
your microphone's just a little bit to the side there.
Yeah.
Speaking of the microphone.
Woo! What's up? How are y'all doing? Look, I knew he was a free agent. I didn't. He kind of disappeared. He's on the Clippers. Just throwing that out there. Clippers are awful. Haven't been good since Chris Paul.
But Clippers could be the ones who end up landing Kawhi.
Dude, why would? Oh my, dude, you are killing me with this LA stuff. Look,
dude, clearly, Kawhi wants to go to LA.
Well, yeah, but he would not go to the Clippers. Clippers have nothing, dude. Who they got? Name one person you can think of off the Clippers right now.
Who the Clippers have?
Someone that's at least decent.
Who's decent?
I'm talking like Victor Oladipo.
Lou Williams is there.
Nah, yeah.
Now the reigning sixth man of the year, right?
Yeah, exactly. Sixth man of the year. Come on,
but that
man.
means he's got to be decent. right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give you that. You did answer my question.
I know I did answer your question.
Do we have anybody in the chat yet?
No, nobody has said
What
anything.
are y'all doing? Get in
feel free.
here.
Go ahead.
Get in here.
Hop in here with us.
Send a smiley face. I'll answer a smiley face. I'm like, come on. Not that hard. I'm thinking, right, with the DeAndre Jordan trade. Or, I keep saying trade. When DeAndre Jordan signed, I was kind of excited because I'm interested in seeing how Dirk and DeAndre work. I can't remember the dude's name, but wasn't he a point guard or something that signed with the Mavericks from the draft? I can't think of his name.
Oh, Luka Doncic.
Thank you. And they were talking about those three, and they could do something. I mean, but Dirk is old. Yeah, I mean, he's still good, but he's old. We'll see where it goes. I just figured I'd bring that up. Just something interesting, exciting to talk about. Maybe not as exciting, but it's interesting because I like DeAndre personally, and I like Dirk, and I like the Mavericks. So I'm interested in seeing how that works. I still can't figure out my third team, dude. Like, who would it be? Who would I play with? Like, Cavs? No, it can't be the Cavs. It's not the Golden State Warriors. Maybe it's the Raptors. Hold on, I gotta look up the East and the West. East, NBA.
All right. Well, while you do that,
You do that.
I'm going to scroll through here the kind of a live free agency, going back a few hours, obviously. There was early this morning. I remember you and I talked about this already this morning. But LeBron to Denver.
No.
Apparently, the Nuggets are going to try to take their turn in and focus in on LeBron James. He wouldn't go there. There's not enough talent there.
Truth.
Aaron Baines re-signs with the Celtics, and he did a heck of a job guarding Joel Embiid, if you remember, in the playoffs.
Yeah, that is
And probably one of those moves that's going to fly under the radar, especially when you have a guy like Paul George saying, "Hey." When a guy like Paul George saying, "I'm going to stay in OKC," which also to me is a little shocking, in the sense that you kind of thought Paul George might be going to LA. Like, if this was 1 year ago, he's leaving Indiana.
Oh, I'd agree.
And going to the Lakers. When he gets traded, he doesn't have the ability to control where he goes, right? When you get traded, but then as a free agent, he can go wherever he wants, and he chooses to stay there in OKC, which to me seems a little odd. And honestly, the thing that seems odd to me the most, when you're talking of staying there in OKC, is that he did it for 4 years. He didn't do like a 1 and an option, a 1+1, which is, I think, pretty much what Kevin Durant did, because he signed a 2-year deal, and I think it was just a 1+1. And it's one of those, it's odd, because you signed a 4-year deal. The Thunder kind of got a little bit of a bargain out of him.
Yeah.
Somewhat. They paid less for Paul George than the Rockets did to keep Chris Paul. Paul George was 4 years, $140 million?
37.
It was a round figure. I wasn't
I
going
just
for
love
specific.
joking
I mean,
with
you
you.
go ahead and hit the specific button if you want. $137 million apparently is what that contract is worth. But the Rockets did a 4-year deal for $160 million with Chris Paul, somewhere around there, not exact figures. But to me, one of the surprising things to me, though, is the fact that throughout free agency, one guy's still dominating the conversation, and his name is not LeBron James.
Yeah, who might that be?
It's a guy who's not a free agent, one Kawhi Leonard.
Dude,
I mean, you think about it though. You keep looking at for free agency stuff, and you're not getting that. You are getting a lot of Kawhi Leonard talk. This morning it was, do the Clippers have enough? A package around Tobias Harris, is that enough to bring San Antonio to do this? They could throw in a young big man in Montrezl Harrell.
Me like he.
They could do their draft choice they just got with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. There's a possible point guard of the future, right, for San Antonio. An aging Tony Parker. He can learn. He's athletic. But is that enough to entice? Then you do that and you go, well, who's Kawhi got then left in L.A.? Like, they just traded off Austin Rivers. So, Clippers apparently haven't abandoned the talks, according to Chris Hines. They haven't abandoned the pursuit, and it's kind of the high priority of the offseason for the Clippers. And let's see what else we got here. So, at 8:19 this morning, it said that this Terry Rodriguez, I'm not sure really what he's associated with. He said the Sixers were informed that they were not an option for LeBron's camp. And I'm not sure that really, especially recently, that anybody's thought that he was really going to be there with the events of recent and the fact that, there's just so much going on there in Philadelphia. Feel free to grab in on any conversation here, Riley.
Oh no, I'm just letting you talk. I could totally agree with everything you just said, whether it's the Clippers, Kawhi, LeBron, whoever it may be. Look, LeBron already had enough drama in Cleveland. I don't think he wants more drama in Philly.
Well, the thing for me with Philly is the fact that you have LeBron playing pretty much the same position as one Ben Simmons. They play an identical position pretty much. They're bigs that can go down low and play, but at the same time, they rather have the ball in their hand bringing it up the court. But Philadelphia did lose Ilyasova to the Bucks, apparently, this morning. So another shooter there in Milwaukee, right? You still have Eric Bledsoe, who they traded for last year, running the point. You have Giannis there. Now you have another shooter around Giannis.
Is O.J. Mayo still there?
I don't think O.J. Mayo is still in the league, is he?
I have no idea. I mean, I just remember playing 2K, and then all of a sudden, he just finished. So, actually, hold on. You know what? Since we're live and we're not, doing the podcast. By the way, my third team was the Jazz. That are the Trailblazers. Let's see. O.J. Mayo.
All right, so, first off, I do have this one question for you while you look that up.
Yep.
Have the Lakers lost their luster?
What do you mean?
It used to be if the Lakers were pursuing you as a free agent,
that's a big deal.
And people used to kind of give up if the Lakers were pursuing you. But apparently, this Paul George decision apparently never met with the Lakers. And they had the same amount of meetings with Paul George as they did with Kevin Durant.
Okay, look, speaking of meetings, him and D-Wade had a conversation, I believe, in D-Wade's house. Pretty cool. I did listen to some of the conversation. It was more of pretty much the whole conversation was follow your heart, which, I mean, that's pretty much what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, he still had to make a decision. I think the Lakers lost their luster when Kobe left. When Kobe left, it all just went downhill. Then they got Lonzo. I don't remember the exact order, but then they got Lonzo, Kuzma, and Ingram, and Josh Hart.
So here,
but that's when I'd say it.
Here's my thing. does Paul George return to the Thunder expecting it to be the same as it was? Same roster, obviously, because he did say something about let's run it back or whatever. And
PG, right?
Yeah, we're talking PG.
Okay.
But does he run it back with the Thunder thinking the roster's staying the same, or that they're going to be getting rid of somebody?
Carmelo.
Exactly.
Yes, please, God, get rid of Carmelo.
But if you're Paul George, do you come back with the assumption that they get rid of Carmelo? Because here's the thing. Carmelo takes up a whole lot of money.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want him off. Get a good bench or something.
I think it's somewhere like $85 to $100 million that you could kind of save. I think it's somewhere closer to $90 million if you stretch Carmelo and replace him with a bunch of minimum players. Like, you get more players, maybe more role players, and you build the team around Russ and Paul George. You build it more around them, right? And then you put role players around them.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I wish someone would just get that through their thick head. Look, as an OKC fan, I want Carmelo out of there. I feel like he's just dragging them down. Look, and people might disagree with me, but I feel like he's just dragging them down. He's not helping at all. Hoodie Mello is not Hoodie Mello. He's always on Instagram talking, they don't know what I do. No, what you do is miss shots and lose us the game. So sit down. You are trash. He's been trash ever since he went to the Knicks, dude. Even then, he was okay. Get OKC. Anyways, sending him back to the Knicks. Get Porzingis. Ooh, that'd be so awesome if he got... Ooh, could you imagine? Ooh. Or Kawhi Leonard. Oh, dude, I'm getting these thoughts in my head. They get me excited.
I did see somewhere where Bellinelli... Who did he sign with? Do you remember? Marco Bellinelli.
Was he a point guard? Where was he at first?
He was at Philadelphia, but I think he signed somewhere else. Did he sign...
Marco what?
Bellinelli.
By the way, OJ Mayo, I think, left the league.
I don't think anybody wanted him, but so question.
Okay.
Apparently LeBron's agent Rich Paul and the Cavs GM Kobe Altman, they did have a phone conversation like shortly after midnight.
Spurs.
Is that okay? I knew he went somewhere like decent, but I couldn't remember. So hey, the Spurs picking up Bellinelli, right? That's another shooter. If you can deal Kawhi and get the right assets back, like the Spurs not necessarily be like a full-fledged contender for the title.
Yeah, but I mean,
but enough where they could be a problem.
Well, don't get your hopes up either, because OKC had Melo, PG, and Russ, and guess what? They got knocked out by the Jazz.
I'm not getting my hopes up there with the Spurs. I know what you're saying, but like it's one of those things that's it'd be a nice thought, I guess.
Yeah. Look, who were you talking about right before I said the Spurs?
I was talking about Rich Paul, LeBron's agent.
Yeah.
Or part of that agency group or whatever. He's kind of like the head agent. And GM's Cavs GM, there we go, Kobe Altman, they apparently had a phone conversation. But nobody's really describing the nature of the call, or I guess maybe even able to tell how the call went. Was it a, hey, we're not staying in Cleveland, click? Or was it a lengthy discussion of, hey, LeBron comes back to Cleveland, we've got some options here. Maybe a guy like Damian Lillard.
Look.
Right? Like we're going to try to go get him a point guard. He may have to be a little patient because, we can't trade Colin Sexton until, this 30 days are up. But we're going to get it.
That's what I'd do. I would get rid of George Hill. Oh, excuse me. George Hill. And I'd get rid of Sexton. and I would take those two and try to use the Portland Blazers. Oh my gosh, is it Blazers?
Portland Trailblazers, yes.
Trailblazers. Oh my gosh, I just
right.
totally went blank. Anyways, if they use those two assets and try to go after Damian, it could work, especially with like maybe a draft pick or something. If they're not accepting, dude, Damian Lillard is I think getting unhappy there just because of the way the organization is kind of treating him and how everybody's been treating him. I think he wants out of there as well. Same, it's like pretty much a whole Kawhi situation. If he can get out of there and go to the Cavs, one, I'd root for the Cavs again because I love Damian. Two, I mean, I feel like they need to start over. Everybody just is starting over apparently. Like all this talk, man, it's all been about the Lakers, the Cavs, and OKC, and then who else would you throw in as a fourth?
Sorry, I spaced out there.
No, Spurs. Throw them in. Or Philly.
I don't know. What were we talking about?
I'm talking about, like, who's the big names we're talking about team-wise? We're talking about the Lakers. We're talking about the Spurs. We're talking about OKC. And we're talking about, who else? Who else would you say? Philly?
That we're talking about now?
Yeah. Well, like, I'm saying, like, everybody's been talking about social media. The number one is Lakers. It's got to be the Lakers.
Well, it's the Lakers, but I think it also is a sense that, like, we just don't know exactly what these guys are thinking.
Yeah, that is true.
Like Paul George signing a 3+1 contract, meaning he's in for 3 years, then he has the option at the 4th year. Like, we don't know these guys because it doesn't seem like he really took as much money as he could, Kevin Durant signs I think it's a 1+1 again with Golden State.
Dude, I'd go for 4 years with that team.
Yeah, but see, here's my thing. Like, is KD doing this? Probably, honestly, to keep his options open. Like, next year, they're going to have some real decisions to make in the sense that, his name went blank on me.
Clay?
Yes, Clay becomes a free agent. And I think even Draymond might become some sort of free agent there. And it's really one of those things. It's like, what? Maybe he is literally keeping his options open to see if he needs to go somewhere else, or if he can get somewhere. Would you quit it with your Magic confirmed?
Look, I don't even want to discuss of where KD would go. Probably some great team, if I had to guess. It'd be cool if he went to the Raptors.
KD to the Raptors?
Dude.
Which,
come
speaking
on
of that,
now.
I thought of that earlier. I was like, we already call Toronto LeBronto, so why doesn't LeBron go to Toronto?
Yo, I don't know. Would I root for that team or not? I'd root for him. I like Kyle Lowry and dude,
DeMar DeRozan.
I kept thinking DeMar. I don't know why. DeMar DeRozan. No.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're thinking.
I had no idea where I was going with that. So besides the LeBron talk and the Kawhi talk, PG did sign a contract. That is confirmed.
Here is the one that also is kind of surprising to me. I didn't realize he was a free agent. That's a little bit on me, and like he's not as big of a name. But Trevor Ariza,
yeah, I didn't
like
realize
he's basically one of those guys. He's a 3-and-D guy, right? Shoots the threes, play the perimeter defense. He goes and signs a 1-year, $15 million contract with the Suns.
I know, the Suns.
The Suns, which the Suns in and of themselves, they've got their own issues.
Yeah,
because reports are now that Devin Booker's not really happy with the Suns.
Oh, I don't blame him.
And that's because they released his friend, Tyler Ulis, right? Also his college teammate. The guy who he went to the Suns and said, hey, you need to go draft him when Tyler Ulis got drafted in the second round, that he's not happy. So, next year he can, I think, be eligible to sign an extension. And does he really want to do that?
Look, I'm just saying it would be cool to see, like, Devin either, one, go to my team, or two, By the way, it's OKC. Or 2, go to the Jazz. He's a shooting guard, right?
He is a shooting guard, but the Jazz just drafted Grayson Allen, so they have their shooting guard.
True.
I'm teasing. I would take Devin Booker over Grayson Allen any day. But
yeah, I would too. But at first I was like, wait, what?
But like with you say that disgruntled. We were talking about the Cavs. Maybe somebody tries to make a push toward Devin Booker to try to lure in a guy like LeBron to bring in that young shooter.
Look,
and
he may be from Kentucky, but I would want him on the Jazz right now.
Oh, him and Donovan Mitchell, that's a heck of a backcourt right there.
That is a deadly.
You could slide. Really, they're somewhat interchangeable, playing the 1s and 2s. And it probably better suited for Donovan Mitchell to play the 1 and Booker to play the off guard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're interchangeable. They both can shoot. They both can drive. They both can finish.
Exactly.
One heck of a backcourt.
Dude.
I don't think Utah would have the assets to be able to acquire him from the Suns, and I don't think the Suns are ready to let him go. But if you're really disgruntled over this Tyler Ulis thing,
you want out.
You might want out and be like, look, really? You're going to do that? I thought I was your dude. Won't you try to make me stay happy?
Right.
You see what the Cavs pretty much did at the trade deadline to keep LeBron happy. But
Yeah,
why would
sure.
you not try that?
I don't disagree. I don't at all. I'm just saying, I think it'd be pretty cool to see Devin and Donovan Mitchell side by side. Now,
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be awesome, dude. Could you imagine? Then you'd actually root for
Well,
the Jazz.
then you would have to really look at the Jazz as a threat to have those two, and then you have Gobert inside. They've got some other.
May I
people.
remind you, the Jazz were trash at least until Ricky came.
Well, I think what the Jazz did last offseason made them better this, including the draft
agree.
and everything.
Oh, I would agree. I'm just saying.
And if you could do something like that would shake up the West.
Oh my
and
gosh.
really make you a contender.
Yes.
I think honestly in the West.
But I will say that I'm gonna try to do that on 2K. I'm gonna try to get Donovan, and I'm gonna try to get Devin Booker on the same team.
Yeah, that's a heck of a team right there.
Dude, I need to get that.
But in all reality, there's a lot of these players, and this is what I don't understand about NBA free agency the most. You're not supposed to, I guess, be able to really contact people and have the meetings. But how's a dude like Paul George basically signing in the cloak of night? OKC must have been having the official their numbers waiting, and at 12:01 hit send.
Right.
Because it was early this morning. And then I have so many people already signed, oh my goodness. It's how do you get this done? And in some sense, you might have these backroom talks, and I know you kind of talk through people, so you're not directly talking to them.
Yeah.
To set it up, and those are ways around it. But it's one of those things. It just doesn't seem fair. Fred VanVleet signed with the Raptors. He re-signed, staying there. Good keep for the Raptors. I think he could have been a factor somewhere else. And let's see. JaVale McGee, right? Apparently has interest from several teams.
JaVale?
JaVale McGee, yeah.
Where is he from?
I don't know where he's from. But apparently the Warriors, the Lakers, the Thunders, and even the Pelicans are interested in him. And to me, I think the Pelicans are maybe more interested in a guy like JaVale McGee as a backup. Right?
Yeah.
In case you can't get a DeMarcus Cousins back with you, which I still think for the Pelicans are the most likely pick. But, earlier we talked about Philadelphia not being an option for LeBron, right? Where you see that, but then you see later, Woj, which I would trust more than anybody. That dude is so connected. It's ridiculous. if you remember back to the NBA draft, he's tweeting out the picks, right? And mind you, very clever ways.
Yeah.
Before they even happen. So that dude's got sources everywhere, so anything he would say I would trust. And, about 11 o'clock today, he was saying that Philadelphia is meeting with LeBron and his reps, but then it came out that it was just the reps, LeBron's representatives.
Mm-hmm.
And, you have some people saying that LeBron's already made his decision and has already told those close to him. And come Tuesday morning, that you could have this official announcement.
You like my comment?
Really?
Riley sounds like a cool guy. Whoever's saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, all this free agency talk, like, it's
It can be tiresome though to try to keep up with all this.
no kidding. Well, I can't look on Instagram without seeing a Lakers meme or PG meme or a Kawhi meme.
So,
it's like, shut up.
Here is an interesting thought to me as I keep scrolling here, that apparently the 76ers meeting, with LeBron's reps and all that, wasn't originally scheduled, and maybe they made it a last-minute meeting. Or do you think with a guy like Paul George saying, hey, I'm learn to spell like, by the way.
Shut up. I don't like the 76ers. Shush.
But with a guy like Paul George early in free agency, right, saying I'm staying in OKC, LeBron was like, whoa.
Now we got calm down.
Okay, let's reevaluate. Let's get the 76ers in here. Now it's not me and PG going to LA as I thought.
Dude. What?
Okay. Do you think that's even a possibility, or it was just
Okay, let me clarify. The possibility of him going to Philly?
No, of LeBron and PG going to LA, okay? So everybody coming, okay, let's rate the scene. Or was this just maybe something that nobody really noticed before?
I don't want him going to the Sixers. Please, LeBron, if you're hearing me right now, don't do it.
For the Sixers, they believe they can get Kawhi, and they probably have enough assets to get Kawhi.
Get Kawhi. I would. Oh, dude,
but they would try to get Kawhi to get LeBron, right? And apparently in the trade talks, like Markelle Fultz and Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid have not been mentioned. I don't see how you keep all three of those if you want to get Kawhi and LeBron.
Dude, if I was selling LeBron, bro, I'd be wanting Ben and Joel. Like, really? Come on, man. Okay, look. If LeBron went to the Sixers, I'd be surprised. And I mean, really
I think the
surprised.
only way he really goes there is if they can get a guy like Kawhi, and then they say, "Hey, we got him now."
Dude,
or
no. Let me stop you there. Hold up. Hold the phone. Put the brakes on like LeBron just did, and chillax. How are you gonna have Kawhi, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, and LeBron James? Dude, one, you're racking that money.
Two, you're probably heavily in the luxury tax, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Two, if that happens, I'm hating on every last one of them. Trash. Markelle Fultz would probably be the only one I'd like. Either way, there's no way you can even get LeBron James or Kawhi without losing one of those three. No freaking way. You're telling me that JJ Redick is good enough for the Spurs? Really? I mean, yeah, they could use a shooting guard, but really? No. Heck no. There's no reason for them to not lose one of those three. I don't know. I'm just done with it.
The thing I think for me is that there's so much uncertainty out there of who is going to go where, and this team has met with this person. Oh, no, now they haven't. But, you know, it's one of those things like Mark Stein, right, tweeted, let's see, a little over an hour ago that the level of contact between LeBron and the Lakers is not really clear right now. But one source close to this process says that LeBron and Magic Johnson did not have dinner last night after free agency began. Which, mind you, it's 12:01 Eastern time, so that means it's 9:01, right? Plenty of time to have dinner last night in L.A., but apparently that has not happened. And that's what kind of gets me throughout all this is judging what's just more or less clickbait and what's actual facts.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when a guy like, you know, a Mark Stein says it, or especially when Woj says it, like, you listen. There's a reason they're called Woj bombs, because the dude is so connected.
Well, not only that, but he's quick with it, too. As soon as he hears something, boom.
I will tell you, it was one of those things that I was scrolling through here, and it said Booker back to Utah, and I was like, wait, what? Trevor Booker is what they were talking about. He had some good seasons in 14-15, 15-16 with the Jazz, and he's 30 years old, and he may be coming back to the Jazz, but after our conversation, it threw me for a second, just because I saw Booker at first in Utah. I was like, wait a second. But it's funny because this morning, right, there was so much information coming out, especially signings. I swear I felt like it was like every 30 minutes that somebody was signing. But yeah, it's one of those things. Are you having fun with the chat?
Oh, I'm having so much fun with the chat, dude. By the way, I said yep to the whatever you were talking about. I was too busy typing.
Yeah, you just said yep. Anyways, you know, to me, like, you've had so much come out these first few hours. Now it's kind of gotten quiet. Over the next couple of days, we'll probably hear something. But you could also hear of a trade for a guy, obviously, like Kawhi. By the time we sit down midweek, you know, we may be a little more in tuned with what's happening. We may even know where LeBron's going, where Kawhi may be traded, you know, this and that. But you know, the Sixers apparently have said that trio of Markelle Fultz, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid are off limits for Kawhi.
Dumb.
And I agree. I think it is kind of dumb. Like, I could see keeping Joel Embiid and keeping Ben Simmons, but why not give up a dude like Markelle Fultz if you can get a player like Kawhi? That might be enough to entice the Spurs to go with it. I just don't know how many assets they could deal if they don't deal, you know, one of those three. I just don't think that they've got enough if they don't. So, let's see. I'm scrolling through Bleacher Report here. They're giving some final predictions on LeBron.
Magic.
One guy says the Lakers. Next guy says the Sixers.
Dude.
Another one says the Cavs, which I said this the other day.
Yeah.
I said this on our last actual episode that I believed he was saying in Cleveland, and this is all just a smokescreen.
Smokescreen for
there's
what?
another Lakers.
No. Smokescreen for what?
Another Lakers. That this whole free agency thing was just a smokescreen, and he was returning to Cleveland.
So he's trolling right now.
I mean, pretty
Spending all this money to go on private jets and everything else. Yet this
He's
is all
got
just
his
a troll.
own money though to have private jets.
I know, but you get the point. He's really going to do all that, spend money and everything else. He's LeBron
He's not
James.
spending money.
What do you mean?
He's letting them spend money to come in and entice him.
Either way,
He's
bro.
trying to. He look. LeBron's sitting there going, "You come to me. You tell me why you think I'd be good on your team."
Well, here's the reasons I think he'd be good on our team. You're LeBron James. Come on, bro. Really? Look, it's the Sixers. LeBron should be able to see it. He doesn't have to tell you the whole dang playbook.
But see, here's the thing: is if you remember, there are reports that LeBron didn't really want pitches. Like
Man, so
that
dumb.
they said, LeBron knows what the landscape is of the league and doesn't really need a whole bunch of pitches to come his way. He doesn't need people to sit down and be like, "Oh, hey, this is why you'd be a great fit on our team." It just, I don't know. It's one of those things that it's just kind of like, okay. But what are you doing?
Oh, I'm over here like doing the Gundam style in the chair. It's actually kind of fun. I'm listening to you. By the way, I'm just like, part of me is just done already with free agency, and it hasn't even started. Well, I mean, it has now, but you get the point, dude. The whole past, I mean, like half of the month, last month, by the way. Happy 1st of July, by the way. Half of last month was literally everybody talking about Kawhi. Then it shifted to LeBron. Then it shifted to PG. And then we just kept going around in circles. It's the same, like, I don't know about you, but I'm about tired of it. Like, just pick already. You're getting on my nerves. Okay, by the way, look, you can go ahead and pick, but you're also giving us something to talk about. So there's sort of a complaint there, but also a thank you there. So, really, I'm good with talking about it, but I'm to the point of, like, we've talked about Kawhi so much. Not you and me. Side note, we're talking about everybody. Social media, Woj, Mark, anybody. I don't care if it's a troll under the bridge. Everybody's been talking about him. Everybody's been talking about Kawhi. I think what Kawhi's going to do is he's going to go straight to L.A., Lakers. I think he's going to go to the Lakers.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like, do the Lakers have enough to be able to get him? Is the key? Like, you're probably going to have to add.
No, they're going to have to
like
add a pick.
Brandon Ingram in there.
Maybe.
And like, if you're doing that, you got to be pretty sure you can get LeBron. Then
I would give him
not a comparing Brandon Ingram and LeBron, like, not even close. But it's one of those things, like, why would you give up that young talent in a Brandon Ingram if you didn't think you could get the talent of LeBron?
Okay, was Brandon in his rookie season last season? This previous
second season.
Okay, has he done anything to help the Lakers?
I mean, yeah.
No. Yes or no? Just yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Like, you have to remember, though, that a guy like Joel Embiid did not come in to the league and just start dominating. Hey, he was injured. And Brandon Ingram's had some injuries here and there.
So is this his rookie season? I'm just kidding.
But it takes, it takes some guys 2, 3, even 4 years to really hit that groove in the NBA. And you don't want to, like, here's my thing with Brandon Ingram. You don't want to have him, right, as the Lakers, as Magic Johnson. You say, all right, I'm going to give him up. I'm going to get Kawhi. Kawhi be, okay. And then Brandon Ingram, like, blow up down in the Spurs because you know what's going to happen then. Lakers fans are going to go, we had him and you gave him up.
That's the same situation with Oladipo. Same situation.
And you do make a good point. Like, there's OKC fans going, who the crap is this Victor Oladipo, and why did we let him go? And he was tearing it up. And, yeah, you let him go because you got a guy like Paul George who, if he plays at his potential, is really good. If Paul George plays at the potential that he can, and, or even at the potential of his that he whines sometimes about things, like, he could be a heck of a player. But, with Paul George staying in OKC, do you think that makes it more likely that they get?
Oh, here we go. Go ahead, ask that question. I've been on it all day.
Do you think it makes the Lakers more likely to get a guy like DeMarcus Cousins?
More likely?
Well, I guess more putting more of their eggs in that basket, trying to get him.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, take Melo out, get DeMarcus, get a couple more things out of them. For all I care, get Anthony and DeMarcus. For all I care, take all of Melo's money, kick him out, trade him somewhere, get him to the Bucks. There you go.
Now we're going to OKC.
What?
Wait, we were talking about the Lakers.
What? What are you talking about? You were talking about Paul George.
I was talking about the Lakers and free agency.
Bruh.
And Paul George staying in OKC. Does that make the Lakers more likely to put all their eggs in the basket of a guy like a DeMarcus Cousins?
Yes.
So they don't completely strike out?
Yes, because he's sort of like a backup. Okay, if we don't get any of these people, let's go after DeMarcus. Simple as that. He's literally a backup. That's how I'll look at it. I don't know about you, but that's how I'll look at it. Okay, if we don't get Kawhi, LeBron James, we definitely don't have PG. So if we don't get any of those, let's go head forward into DeMarcus. By the way, my bad. It was a mix-up. You were transitioning so quickly I couldn't figure out. I thought you were talking about DeMarcus going to OKC. I'm like, wait, what?
All right, so here's this. Just popped up here on my phone, and I looked up here on the computer that Kevin O'Connor of The Ringer, right, pretty decently reliable source here, that he is reporting that some of the league executives believe that LeBron has already chosen his pick, and that pick is the Lakers, and that all of this that this is all just his indecision is all just theater, right? All for show, that he's already picked the Lakers. Do you think he's already picked the Lakers and he's just doing this to troll everybody and just to keep them talking about him?
Well, I mean, it's giving us content, so yeah.
I was gonna say it has us on the middle of a Sunday, discussing LeBron James. So
yeah, I think so. I think. I mean, I don't know why he's wasting his time, but dude, I'm actually kind of excited to see him at the Lakers, dude. I might even get a jersey.
So, what's your thoughts on Joel Embiid's comments in regards to the Lakers, that basically telling LeBron, don't go to the Lakers, they're never going to love you like they love Magic and Kobe. Like, Magic and Kobe are the dudes at the Lakers. You'll never be that dude.
Dude, are you... Okay, first, look, I like Joel. I think he's a great player. But you're an idiot. Are you serious? You're an idiot. The best guy in the league is coming to your team. You're really going to hate on LeBron? Dude, if LeBron came to OKC right now, guess what I'd do? I'd go out and get me a jersey. That's what I'm going to go do. No. People are going to love him, dude. If he goes to LA, he's going to bring him up out of nothing. Nothing, dude. Nothing at all. They got Lonzo, they got Kuzma, they got Josh Hart, and they got Ingram. At LeBron, you got a pretty good team. Dude. Joel is just... I'm done. I'm done with him and Ben. They're just drama queens, for real. What do you think about his comments? I called him an idiot, so
well, I think it is a little idiotic to think that the Lakers fans wouldn't love him. Like, Lakers fans are dying for the Lakers to be back as the Lakers, right?
Duh.
They want them back like the 2000 Lakers, like Shaq and Kobe. They want them back as the 80s Lakers, going back and forth with the Celtics. Like, they want them back in that status. They want them in that stratosphere. Now,
Kawhi to the Celtics confirmed.
Hey, you say that like
That'd be, dude. I
like
would
Kawhi
get
to
a
the
jersey.
Celtics is a possibility.
Jersey.
They do have some,
Don't get rid of Terry. Don't get rid of Terry Scary.
but-
Scary Terry.
but that he is a tradable asset. Like he made himself look better in the playoffs. So
He is, but I mean, Jason Tatum did the same thing. So I don't know what else you want.
all right, so I'm scrolling through Woj's Twitter line right here. Real quick, Derrick Rose staying in Minnesota, probably a good fit for him. They seem to like him pretty well there.
Derrick Rose ain't nothing.
And if somebody's going to offer you a deal as you are Derrick Rose, kind of broken down a little more now, like I'd take it.
By the way, can I stop you right there for a second? I saw something on Instagram, or I think it might have been even Twitter. This guy saw Derrick Rose out in public, and he said, "Oh my gosh, it's the Derrick Rose," and he's like, "Nah." The old Derrick Rose is dead. It's just me, Derrick Rose. And he's like, it was so sad because, like, I'm guessing, like, I mean, he might have depression or something like that, but like, Derrick is not the same Derrick you saw at the Bulls, you know. And I get it; he's had multiple injuries, but I mean, come on, it's not like you're just down in the drought. Get back up, start training. Come on, you'll get back in the groove. He's Derrick Rose. He's Derrick Rose. I like Derrick. I love Derrick. I used to love watching him play. But whatever. I just figured I'd tell you that was an interesting story I saw. So, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. There are obviously some people we're going to miss here. But, you know, like Doug McDermott, we haven't talked about that. Him going to Indiana. Another scorer there alongside Oladipo. Like, it seems like Indiana has a pattern here. They want scorers to go alongside, but you know, at the same time, like they're staying pretty young. It's not like they're trying to go get an old vet to come in. But DeMarcus Cousins apparently received calls, according to Mark Spears from ESPN, received calls from the Pelicans and the Lakers once free agency began, and is apparently going to have meetings with both teams soon. So, question here. If you are a guy like DeMarcus Cousins, do you go just with the team offering the most money, not knowing now? Remember, he's coming off a really bad injury, an Achilles injury. Do you go with a team like the Lakers because, say, they offer you the most money, and maybe they, get a LeBron James? Do you go with that? Do you just try to chase the money if you're him? Or do you go where maybe there's a better fit? Because you're still not going to be back maybe until January, February of this upcoming season.
Well, I'm not the guy to chase after money. So if it was me and I was DeMarcus, I would want the team that would love me the most and would want me the most. Right? Not just because of money, because of my talent and how I play. You know? I mean, granted, money's nice, don't get me wrong. But if I'm just going to sit on the bench, what's the point? You just go ahead and pay me now if you're going to do that. But I would want the team that wants me the most. Like, if Anthony wants him, the whole Pelicans organization wants him, go back to there. If the Lakers want you more than the Pelicans, go to the Lakers. No matter how much money they get you, you're still going to get $1 million guaranteed. At least $1 million. I mean, come on. He's DeMarcus Cousins. Like,
He'd get more than that.
well, I'm just like,
Well, I'm
it's
saying,
always
like,
guaranteed $1 million. Like, come
You're
on.
guaranteed probably even like $5 million if they just give you a
Exact-
minimum contract.
You're DeMarcus Cousins.
But if you are DeMarcus Cousins, if a team like LA that, okay, let's say the Lakers get LeBron.
okay.
If LA says, okay, we got one more max spot, we want you, DeMarcus Cousins. And then the Pelicans say, okay, we're going to offer you the max. Now, mind you, the Pelicans can actually, well, can they offer him more? I don't know that. Because, if someone tries to sign Anthony Davis away from the Pelicans, right, they can offer him more money because they've had him the longest. They drafted him and they have his bird rights. So, they can offer him more money. So, let's say the Pelicans can offer DeMarcus Cousins more money. Do you stay in New Orleans for more money and maybe have a chance at making some waves in the West? Or do you go to the Lakers, who have just acquired LeBron James, and you can go be the other star alongside of LeBron and have possibly a better chance at getting you a ring,
dude,
and take a little less money.
Dude, there's so many factors to this decision.
Well, I agree. Like, I think fit has to,
Well, okay. Factor is it's L.A. and New Orleans. L.A. and New Orleans is different, if you like sunny weather and the beach, go to L.A. I think another factor is who do you love to play with? He's got his buddy Anthony Davis right by his side at New Orleans. And his coach loves him. The organization loves him. He got so much love when he was playing. If you love that kind of affection around you, I'd go back to the Pelicans. But if you want to play with the greatest player ever right now, not ever. If you want to play with the greatest player right now, I'd go to the Lakers. I would. It really depends on what he wants and what he loves. So I want to say he's going to come back to the Pelicans. But in the situation that you put where, LeBron just came here, we have a max spot, and we want you. One, I would think that would be a huge, huge honor. Two, I think playing with the greatest player right now is going to boost you up, popularity-wise, reputation-wise, whatever it may be. But you're going to have to live with the guilt of people being like, dude, we wanted you at the Pelicans. Why you got to be like that, Come on, man. We had Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday. We had, who's a small forward? There's like one more good player on there. Drew Holiday, Anthony, who else? There's like
Rondo.
There you go, Rondo. You got Rondo, Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, and DeMarcus. You're so close. You just need that one person. Whoever may be, for God's sake, it could be even Kawhi. But, you almost have a full puzzle there. Just stay there for a couple more years, 1 or 2 more, and you might actually have a puzzle. Or you can go ahead and go to the Lakers and already have your puzzle done. It's really up to what he wants and what he loves. I would say do what you love more than anything. Because if you do what you want, you might be happy, you might not. If you get a ring, yeah, you're going to be happy, no doubt about it. But it really depends. If you're just kind of living with yourself on the Lakers, you don't really talk to your buddies much, that's different. So, there's many factors to this. It's the bottom line. But I think he's going to come back to the Pelicans.
To me, I think that might be the higher chance. But at the same time, with apparently the Lakers not in that full-on pursuit of, Kawhi, I think maybe they take more of their focus it on a guy like DeMarcus Cousins. Clint Capella is a restricted free agent, meaning whatever they offer him, Houston can go, yeah, we'll match that, and Houston gets to keep him. All this is up to DeMarcus of where he wants to go. But lastly here, before we end, I do want to mention here, Woj put out the essence of Paul George's 4-year, $137 million deal with a player option. And he said new CBA allows George to extend after second anniversary of the deal, and extending on max with OKC after year 2, while opting out of his final year could make this 7-year, $290 million plus deal.
Wow.
On future cap projections.
That's a whole lot of money, bro.
Yes. So, maybe for what we don't understand, people are advising him to kind of do this and he can change it around and all that. But I really kind of was shocked that so early Paul George said, all right, I'm staying in OKC. To me, that's the biggest shock of the day. Everyone kind of knew Chris Paul was staying, right? And everybody knew KD was staying.
Duh.
But, Paul George staying in OKC was a little bit of a shocker to me.
I asked you why earlier, but for the sake of the live podcast, why?
For me, the shock here is the fact that, when he was in Indiana, it was almost a foregone conclusion that he was going to the Lakers after his time with the Pacers was done. And I thought that would be the same sentiment, as OKC. As I said earlier, he didn't have any anything that he could do about the trade. But, LA's his home. LA's the area he's from originally. So I figured he'd be going back home and hitting the prime time with the Lakers. Because, even the Lakers are down, that still sells to be a Laker. So, figured he'd go back there, maybe team up with a guy like a LeBron or a DeMarcus Cousins, whatever, and, try to redo. Some had said him and Russ got along, but maybe I thought that was just somewhat of a facade that they put on, because it seems like a lot of players kind of have some issue playing alongside of Russ because he's so ball dominant a lot of the time. And maybe, Paul George wanted to be. But at the same time, I think when you say he doesn't want to be the first one to go to the Lakers, I don't blame him there. That he didn't want to be the same. Plus, if he can, make this deal really work for him in OKC, good on him. But it's just it's one of those things that. Oh, that's just saying that they could. So, sorry, what we were just talking about there is an alert popped up that Philadelphia believes they could re-sign Kawhi, which is another issue, right? Whoever gets Kawhi, can you re-sign him? Because he becomes a free agent after next year. If you get him, if you're the Sixers, you have to believe you can re-sign him, and he's not going to jump to LA, which is obviously where it seemed for him to be going if he was a free agent.
So you're saying that Kawhi really doesn't even have a choice?
Kawhi doesn't have a choice where he goes now. The Spurs choose that, but he's a free agent at the end of the season. At the end of next season,
okay.
At the end of the 18-19 season, this time next year, we'll be talking about the summer of Kawhi, for lack of better terms.
Oh God.
But, if you're a team like Philly, you got to have that belief if you're going to trade for him because you're basically renting him for a year then, and then he could hop to L.A. So, he could end up playing the whole season with the Spurs. But I believe the Spurs are smart enough to figure out, hey, we need to cut bait here and get some assets out of him. So, the longer it goes on for the Spurs, the less they're going to get in return because people are going to know they're desperate. So, be interesting to see if he even gets dealt this week or maybe in the coming weeks. But you'd have to have the belief you could re-sign him. But with all that being said, it's time to kind of wind down here and end this live podcast. If you have anything else, you can hit us up. On Twitter, you can hit Riley up at Riley_RD Sports, RYLEE. You can hit me up at Dish_RD Sports. And let us know if you have any other thoughts or comments in regards to free agency, or if there's a question you have for us, and we'll discuss it on our normally scheduled podcast for the week. But with all that being said, it's been fun to kind of ramble here in regards to free agency. And we'll get back here middle of the week and do our normal podcast. But with all that being said, that'll do it for us on another episode here of the R&D Sports Report.